Okay, getting ready to leave Bumblehole.
We've got 2 days to try to get as close to Kinver as possible. That's a 12-mile journey with over 31 locks.
So we think we're going to be on the water for about an hour this morning, and we're going to break our journey up in 2 parts. If we don't think the mooring's very good, then we might move on and travel on into the evening. And this is the thing with narrowboating, you're not really 100% sure when you set off what's going to happen, where you're going to end up. Right, these are the Fox and Goose moorings. Glorious day today. So this is the Withmore Island Trust.
We're on the lookout for water because we're running low, but we think there is a water point just a bit further up which we're heading towards.
It's a great name for a boat, Bog Woppet. What's a Bog Woppet?
Well, I googled it and this is a Bog Woppet. It's a character created by an author called Ursula Moray Williams. Don't know if she's got a connection with anybody on this boat.
This is another lovely boat, Taurus. Isn't that a beautiful boat? It's for the Harry Potter fans, that one.
You might be wondering why we have to be in Kinver. Well, that's because I'm meeting up with family. After Jeff Astle scored the winning goal for West Brom in the 1968 FA Cup final against Everton, graffiti appeared on this bridge saying Astle is king, and it kept being wiped off for the council, and every time it was wiped off it reappeared again. So to compromise, the council placed a plaque telling the story and changing the bridge name to the Astle Bridge. So it looks like it worked because the graffiti's not there anymore. It's outside the bridge instead.
Oh, the birds are all pairing up now.
I'm definitely going to have to try to get back to this area because it's Saltwell's Nature Reserve that we're surrounded by here, famous for its carpet of bluebells and home to the largest sculpture park in the West Midlands.
Look at that. Pair of cormorants.
This amazing bridge used to be a tunnel called Bruin's Tunnel, which was opened out in 1858 by the navigators to save the leggers a tiresome job of having to go through the 75 yards.
Bruin's Tunnel. So we are approaching the old cut, and you can see we've got one of these gorgeous iron bridges, but we are going to make a turn in this direction.
So this was once the 2-lock line that used to join into the Dudley No. 2 Canal, but it had to close as it collapsed due to mining damage.
looks like a service point.
Well, you know, I said at the beginning that you never know what's going to happen when you start your narrowboat journey. Well, as I'm trying to reverse into what we think is a working water point, a really kind boater comes along and tells us that the water point isn't actually working. And then he goes to open the first lock for us. And guides the boat in where I've completely misjudged the angle. Locks are just brilliant places for meeting up with other boaters, sharing and exchanging good mooring spots and the latest boating news. And this particular boater was a really useful source of information.
That's all right.
So stop you having to
There's
come
good
out.
landing here. I just put it through on the road, see?
Oh,
Probably.
He's told us that there's a water point as you enter Merry Hill and a great little mooring spot just around the corner if you chose to stay for the night and you didn't want to tackle the Delf locks, but we'll have to make that decision.
Just looking to see if we can find a water point. We've not passed one yet.
Merry Hill is a shopaholics paradise, and even though I'm not a shopaholic, it's still an outstanding view from the canal. We think that we've missed the actual water point, probably because we're really hungry. So I am rustling up a lasagna for us to eat, and then we're going to reverse back and try to find that water point. Give us some energy to do those locks if we choose to do them. Just trying to reverse here, and something's happened to the gear. We can't put it in reverse.
It hit something, so there might be something in the prop.
Boaters' facilities are across that road, just there. So see if our hose is going to stretch that far. Boaters' key, let's go. Let's go. Let's see if that's where you get the water from. It's a bit smelly in here. Oh no! It doesn't look. Oh, someone's driving over the hose. Oh, great. Joy's joy. It's the hose. And there is the water tank. Oh, that's why we couldn't move. So we've come up with an idea where we've attached our little hose from our water aqua roller to our main hose, and it seems to be working, but you have to hold it together. I just got drenched. Yeah, I'm absolutely soaked. It's the cars. When the cars drive over, it all comes out. Sorry.
Alright, cheers.
Thank you. I am drenched down in my boots. It had taken us about 3 hours to travel just a small distance. Out the 31 locks, we'd only achieved 1 lock, so we moored the boat up and admired Merry Hill's lights for the night.
Right, this is day 2 of trying to get as near to Stourbridge as we can. But let's go. So this is the view from the second Delf lock. Wow, we are so high up.
The Delf locks drop 441 feet at the top end to 356 feet at the bottom, but this is not the original set of the 9 locks. Those began sinking into the shifting ground in the middle of the 19th century. These are straighter and there are only 8 of them. And they come with their very own feathery lock volunteer.
Well, I never. Look at that, right near, just coming in. Beautiful. The sun's on it, but oh. There he is, it's behind us. I've never seen a heron do this before, follow us through a lock. How spectacular.
Feel quite sad to leave the heron behind, but thank goodness we've got those 8 locks done, and now we need to find somewhere safe and secure to stop for the night.
Right, let me show you where we moored last night.
We did a sneaky little turn at Leys Junction and found somewhere under Brockmore Bridge. And there's something really interesting behind these railings.
Old lines of the railway.
It's the remains of the railway track called the Old Brockmore Halt, which was on the Wombourne branch line.
Gotta get down this hill now. It's such a steep hill. Because I wanted to show you the railway line. Oh gosh. Just gonna come on my feet. Right, I'm just gonna have to run. Go, 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 go. I've done it.
We have come off our route to get to that mooring spot, so I need to do a tricky little reverse manoeuvre to get us back on track so we can find our home for the week. First we just have to get through the 16 Stourbridge locks and then we'll be able to find somewhere perfect. And then eventually, after 3 days of travelling past the Red House Glass Museum, we found ourselves a place to moor.
Back out in the country. It's gorgeous out here. Really, really beautiful. Just a stone's throw away, there is a glass factory museum and it's dog friendly. So I thought I'd walk down, take Zephyr and try and learn a little bit more about this fascinating area that we've moored our boat in for a week. Right, Zeph, we're going to do glass today. What do you think? We're going to learn about glass. Is that a yes?
Glassmaking came to Stourbridge when the French Huguenots fled their homes to escape religious persecution. Because Stourbridge had a great supply of coal and clay, and it was right near the canal so their products could be easily boated out, it was an ideal place to start glassmaking.
Right, this is the only remaining original window in the cone.
And from that moment onwards, Stourbridge started to produce world-famous glass. And as soon as Zephyr had sampled the dog-friendly approach to the museum, I had a look at how glass had changed throughout the ages. That is a scent bottle in the form of a swan's head. Isn't that beautiful? Ducks on a Pond by Joshua Hodges. Oh, I love them. Aren't they gorgeous? Reservoir weeds. And I had a chance to see how today's artists are making their glassware. So this is a range called Mermaid Ware. And there's so many interactive things to try out for yourself. I really recommend this museum. It's a fantastic place to visit. It's gonna pop. You get these choices. Or let's do like Under the Sea. Oh. It's like that heron's been here before, in a time before the old Brockmore halt, when coal and sand-laden boats passed this way. No glass today, he seems to say, as we halt. And as the lock gates open wide, heron stares, wings still to its side, eyes glinting in the setting sun. How many times has he watched this done? The light tumbles like old tunnel rock into the night. The boaters stop and warm their cores by fires that dance and roar. Outside in its coat of night and day, from its chamber below badger claws its way above the mines designed by the badgers of before.